Would you like to see how I flip out whenever I'm watching this bullshit be carried out? I thought about it yesterday when I said I wasn't going to make a video of me watching something. But here we have Comey. He's testifying. Right now, it's live. PBS NewsHour. I wanted to believe that he was a just man. I really did.
Let's talk about Section 702 for a minute. Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Amendments Act.
I don't know how long this has been on. I'm just catching it now.
The use of U.S. signals surveillance equipment to obtain foreign intelligence information. The definition.
I have to do something about my video making. It would be better if I could, like, put this on the screen, I guess. I'm just using my cell phone.
That is relevant to the foreign affairs of the United States, close quote. Regardless of whether that foreign affairs related information is relevant to
these questions.
To your knowledge,
Comey probably already has them.
has the DNI ever used Section 702?
It's just smoke and mirrors.
In a situation unrelated to a national security threat? Not that I'm aware of. I could be wrong, but
I think Comey is not aware of many things. I think that seems to be his staple answer. Not that I'm aware of. He'll say he'll check on it too. That's something else he's notorious for.
That's where it has typically used those things. Does it, so to your knowledge, it doesn't currently use Section 702 to
Not to my knowledge. He'll say that.
In instances unrelated to national security threats? I don't think so. Like a diplomat, to find out how someone feels.
You know, I could have this job because I could just sit there and say I don't think so or not that I'm aware of to all these answers.
Section 702 were narrowed to exclude such information.
Judge Jeanine Pirro built him up, Comey, a lot, and that was wrong to kind of like rely on her assessment, I think, because then it makes me second guess her too, which...
So logically, to me the value of 702 is exactly that, where the rubber hits the road in the national...
You look at Comey and you want to like him. You want to like him. You want to think he's a good guy.
Now, when Section 702 is used, typically...
But it's bullshit.
What we're talking about here is not metadata. It's not this call was made from this number to this number. This is content. And so if we were talking about two U.S. persons, two American citizens, if I were calling you, typically that's not something that Section 702 would be used to collect. But if it's me calling someone else...
Of course, I'm procrastinating my taxes.
That person ends up being an agent...
And this is like the perfect way to do it. It's much more fun listening to the 80s music, though.
Might be connected to a national security investigation. There's a chance that communication could be intercepted. Not just
See, if I weren't filming, I would do backstory and go and see who this guy is that's even talking to him.
That incidental collection,
Buzzwords. Incidental collection. These are the MK Ultra words. If you've noticed, there are certain words. I mean, they're kind of pretty standard words when you think about it. It's not like they're $5, vocab words or anything. But they don't get used very often. Then all of a sudden, these are the words that you hear in every string of conversation. In real life or online, that's a clue. These are like buzzwords. I completely believe these words are meant to trigger and elicit a certain emotion. It's like we're all lab rats.
Does that cause you concern that could involve
He'll say no.
Almost a backdoor way of going after communications by U.S. persons in which they have...
No, it's not a concern.
It doesn't cause me concern,
Oh.
but maybe because of the way what I can see from where I am.
I'm psychic.
Question, though. But it's true, whether it's 702 or other court-authorized domestic surveillance...
I like how they have in the backdrop the exact proportion of ethnicities and genders, because that's another psychological thing right there. They're going to put Comey up there. He's quite a tall man. And they're going to splash the backdrop of him with just the right array of men, women, and ethnicities. It's quite funny. I think maybe I'll try and do a snapshot of that backdrop as my picture for this video.
What matters is how we treat that data. And
I really want to play circus music in the background whenever I'm listening to this, because this is all this is. And I want a receipt. I want a receipt on how much money it's costing to have these hearings. I want to know what amount of tax dollars have been spent just on today's little hearing with Director Comey, answering questions that he has no answer for. He's not even giving any answers. He's not. Where's Gowdy? Is he in the room? No, I don't see him. Oh, his Italian grandparents. I should listen. God, my grandparents would roll in their graves. They were Democrats. They were Democrats whenever being a Democrat and being a liberal wasn't a bad fucking word, okay? Because it never used to be a bad word. Because if you were liberal, that was fantastic because you actually had accountability for your actions, good or bad. But you made your decisions. You had the liberty to do that. Now they take the word liberty and they make it into this lunatic where you can do and say whatever you want and not have any consequences, which is just ludicrous. It really is.
This committee heard some important testimony from the Department of Justice, from the International Association of Chiefs of Police, to our nation's
And I really don't know all these Congress members. It's probably a good thing. It would just be more reason for me to stay up at night and make my own dossiers on them, because they all do that. If you look through WikiLeaks, it's kind of very time consuming, but you can click on a name and you can almost guarantee to see that name in a certain string somewhere else. It's kind of hard to explain, but it bothers you, Mr. Leary. Tell us. Oh, the campaign, Donald J. Trump. I don't know if you can hear this. Let me turn it up. I can't turn it up anymore. Don't look at my office. It's a complete mess. Taxes, you know, that's what I said.
Now, I can understand that dumb things are said during a campaign.
Here comes the theatrics. This is like an Elijah Cummings moment here. He's like the old white man version of Elijah Cummings.
You agree with me that messages like that can cast suspicion on our Muslim neighbors?
Oh, suspicion? No, what fucking casts suspicion on our Muslim neighbors is when they tell us they want to fucking chop all of our heads off. That's what fucking casts a judgment. Sorry. Oh, he's not gonna comment on the particular statement.
Hostility towards any community, in this particular the Muslim American community, makes our jobs harder. Because as I said in response to an earlier question, those good people don't want people engaging in acts of violence in the name of their faith or in their neighborhood.
And then they throw things in that any reasonable person would agree with to make it seem like, yeah, okay, so that sounds reasonable, like I could agree with that.
It makes it harder for us to find those threats. So we've been spending a ton of time, you're right, about the increase in hate crimes. We've seen those numbers start to go up in 2014. They've been climbing since then. To redouble our efforts,
You know, Comey, he has a very sketchy past,
show them our hearts and what we're
particularly with his family and how they were, you know, kind of attorneys for the Clinton Foundation. True story. Maybe I'll find some links and put it in the description box, because I like to back up what I say with why I say it sometimes, if there is a reason outside of my own little conspiracy mind.
We're a nation with adherents to our First Amendment. We trust and we believe in all religions.
I really should just stop watching this and just do my tax prep stuff. It would be more productive. But then I start doing that, then, oh, it's just such a vicious triangle of thought.
You have religions where people believe in it. They should not be condemned. Actions of a few. I worry very much that the rhetoric and hatred.
Now, what does Vault 7 have on Mr. Leary? That's what I'd like to know. I'm sure they have stuff. I wonder how many little private parties he's been to. He looks like he's probably been to a few. Again, behind him, they have the white man, the Asian man, and what looks to be probably like a lesbian Caucasian woman. Yeah. Because that's what the MK Ultra backdrop dictates they should have. You know, the more you see these things and think this way, like I'm just describing to you, it just becomes second nature to see things through that filter. For me, it does. I don't know if that makes me crazier or more accurate. Maybe both.
One of the greatest acts of terrorism in our country, done by an American citizen that served.
I don't know how long this is going to go on for.
In our military. So would you agree that citizenship alone is not a reliable indicator of a terrorist threat?
What the hell does that have to do with anything?
Correct. Most of the people that
The citizenship alone is not an indicator. What the fuck kind of question is that? I mean, are we like in 5th grade?
In fact, the Department of Homeland Security.
You know, we have the technology. I mean, if somebody really wants to come here and they fail to give like their proper identification, fucking stick a chip up their ass. People do it with dogs. I'm not calling people dogs. All I'm saying is there has to be some accountability, and we have the technology to do it, so why not? Why not do it? Does that make me a horrible person by saying that? I mean, I don't think so. I mean, who knows? We're probably born with, they say, giving us vaccinations, and I don't even want to get on the vaccination topic, but yeah, we probably have vaccinations, and who knows what they're sticking in us? I mean, come on.
Investigation began in 2012 after 3 men were exonerated here.
Obviously, those drugs didn't take well for me.
The FBI escaped.
Or maybe they did. Maybe they took too well.
In order to review more than 3,000 cases, the FBI has reached out to us as originally prosecuted these cases.
I can't take to watch it anymore. I mean, I'm going to watch it, but I'm not going to keep recording and watching.
You'll find the transcript right away. I've asked you this question in writing. In cases there,
We'll let him ask one more question for me to just jump all over.
you commit to have an FBI conduct in-person visit to obtain whether there was information
What?
that was used and possibly multi-analysis by the FBI that might have brought about a conviction.
I'm sorry, an in-person visit.
Even Comey was like, what?
To the prosecutor's office or wherever else may be involved.
It's like a non-question. It's like a 5-minute non-question this guy's asking him. He's going to say, we'll look into it. That's what Comey's answer is going to be. Watch.
Did you use
It's not even going to be anything like legitimate.
that may have been faulty from the FBI and bring about the conviction?
I see. I don't know.
He doesn't know. That's shocking.
Do it now. Can I follow up with you?
I knew
See
it.
how we're thinking about that?
I knew it.
Follow up.
He's going to follow up. Okay, that this concludes my assessment of now, you know, I don't have a political science degree. This isn't what I do for a living. I've watched it enough to be able to basically know what the answers are going to be. That should scare the shit out of everyone. It really should. You know, it should. This is like we're the Walking Dead. We are the zombies. We are.
You give her a free pass from any bad deeds, whatever your intention may have been?
Okay, well, that's it. This is like my longest video. I'm going to see how long it takes to upload. And
Transparency to the American people.
I'll put some links in the description box. So if you are interested in seeing what I'm just jabbering about, you can follow along.
With respect to the question of prosecution for classified material, is the question of the consequences.
I keep saying I'm going to go and I don't go. I do that sometimes.
i.e. the harm from the release or the actual secrecy of the material.
You know, would you ever watch any of these and you're watching them and you can almost, it's very prejudiced to say this, but you can look at them and tell who's the Democrat and who's the Republican. Not that there's a big difference or distinction between them half the time, or more than half the time. Not these days anyways, but I'm just saying, you can tell by how they do their hand gestures and just the specific vernacular that they use.
Secretary Clinton's emails.
Yes.
So although they were classified, they may not have caused any harm. So
Mr. White House, we see who you're playing for.
do that. There are emails.
No, they weren't. They didn't do any harm. No. Clinton's a fucking angel.
That is the case.
It has been
I
disclosed
can't take it.
and publicly reported that there was a 2-day interval between the FBI interview of Michael Flynn.
Oh, so now we're going to go to Michael Flynn.
with Ambassador
That was it. We're not talking about Clinton anymore.
and then
To Flynn, who's like,
report to White House counsel
You have to check this out. Check out the Mr. Whitehouse part of it.
During that 2-day interval.
Okay, seriously. I'm gonna go now. All right, bye.